The whole thesis of my message is that technology has to be age appropriate because children's brains are very fragile developmentally. And this generation of screen media is qualitatively different than, let's say, a television. A television was passive visual stimulation. An interactive screen is immersive and much more hyper-arousing and stimulating. So there's been over 200 peer-reviewed studies that have shown some of the clinical and neurological effects of this generation of screens that are much more impactful than, say, a television or a book. It's now being backed up by research that shows that these screens are affecting the frontal cortex of a child's brain in exactly the same way as cocaine addiction is.
Yeah,
well, the first diagnostic clinical criteria for addiction is the behavior or the substance negatively impacts your life. And so if screen time is taking away from real life activities, if a child that used to play sports or enjoyed reading or outdoors or interpersonal activities, all of a sudden is now not doing any of those things and more is isolated and in front of a screen, we begin to see that the screen has a very compelling effect that is now reducing their lives to just a digital world. And the reality is for children, the digital world is so hyper-arousing, and the other word that we use is dopaminergic. They raise dopamine levels significantly, and that's the addictive effect.